Star Wars for clarinet. After your 4-measure rest, you come in and measure 5 on a C. So remember, if you ever see that 4 above that long, thick line, that means you're resting, and it's for 4 measures. So you'd count 1, 2, 3, 4 for that first measure, right? Because there's 4 beats per measure. And then you'd count it again. You'd count that 4 times. So here's measure 5. You start on C, and then you go to G, and that's tied. So you tie through the next measure. And then you have F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, F, D, and then that D is tied. So you can play along with me. Here's measure 5. 1, 2, ready? And then you would rest for 7 whole measures. So you've got to tap your toe and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. That helps me keep track of where I am if I do it on my fingers. So then you come in right before measure 21, right? So measure 20, you have a half rest and then a quarter rest. So you're resting for 3 beats, right? 2 plus 1 is 3. You come in on low G. That's a low G. And then in measure 21 on that dotted half note, low G. Right, low G, and then A. Low G, that's the fingering for low G, and then A. So G, A, and then measure 22. F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, A. There's that low A again. And then measure 24, that's a low B natural. So you want to use middle finger. There's no flats in our key signature, right? There's no flat next to that B, so it needs to be natural, and that's the natural fingering. So B natural, and then down to low G, measure 25, A, F, E, D, C. And there's that word divisi, right? Meaning dividing into 2 different parts. So you get to decide. I'll let you decide. The top note is G. If you want to play all the top notes, I'll go over those first. So in measure 27, you would go G, and then the top note next would be D, tied. Right? But if you want the bottom note, that's a new note. It's called E flat. So measure 27, that new note E flat, you're going to finger a D and then add this bottom knuckle key right here. I kind of use my knuckle to play that. So if you want to play all bottom notes in this song, it's up to you. It's your choice. You can use that new fingering. D with that bottom knuckle key. And then the next bottom note is a low B. So you'd be going E flat, B natural, and then it's back to unison where all the clarinets are playing the same thing. G, A, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, A, B natural, G, and then A, F, E, D, C. Oh, there's that divisi again. You get to decide. The top note would be G. The bottom note is D, so you decide which one would you like to do. And I'll play it both ways. So here we go. Let's start a measure 20 together on that low G. Ready? Find it right before 21, the low G. 1, 2, ready, play. Here's the divisi, here's the top notes. But if you want to do the bottom notes, here are the bottom notes. And keep going, there's that low G again. Whoops. And then A. Divisi, you can either do G or D. And then 37, we've got lots of divisis coming up. So in 37, the reason why it has 2 stems, that C, is because the people reading the top note and the people reading the bottom note are both playing that C, right? So here's 37 C, then it goes to divisi. You can either play the top G or the E, and then you go F, D, E, and then here's another choice, either the top G or the lower E, and then F, E, D, here's your choice again, a G or an E, and then F, E, F, and then your choice is either D or that low B natural in measure 43 and 44. Let's keep looking through. Here's 45, C, choice again, G to E, G or E, your choice. Then F, E, D, G or E again. F, E, D, G or E again, G or E again. F, E, D, and then a nice soft C, and then divisi again, either D or A at mezzo piano. And then 53, it's either a C or an F, up to you. And then at 54, it's either an A or an F. And then 55, it's either a G or an E. And then you go G, F, D, and then you finish with either a G or an E. Just know, if you like the top notes, always choose the top notes. Be consistent throughout the whole song. Or if you like the lower notes, always choose the bottom notes when there's a choice. Be consistent. So here's measure 37. Let's play to the end, and I will play both notes for the divisi parts. So here's 37. 1, 2, ready. Or right? Or you could have done E. Either D or B. So here's the D. Here's the B. Here's 45. Or you could have chosen first choice, second choice, or 53, you could either choose F or C. 54 is either A or F. 55, either G or E. Whoa. So be careful of those accents. Did you hear what happened? I let my lips spread too much, come down too much, and that's what squeaked. If you get your lips down too far close to the ligature, it's going to squeak. So let's be careful to keep our bottom lip tucked under. And think more about good air support, stronger gust of air for those accents at the end. And a little bit stronger tonguing can help too. There we go, I didn't squeak that time. Woo!